Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something of utmost importance. You are not a placeholder. You are a force. In this life, there will be people who come and go, those who drift in like the tide and leave just as quickly. And you must understand this truth. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will make a way, and not excuses. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will make a way, not excuses. This truth is simple yet powerful. It separates the genuine from the temporary, the committed from the convenient. In a world full of distractions and fleeting loyalties, you must anchor yourself in self-respect and clarity. Clarity. Oh, do listen. The people who truly value you will never leave your place in their life to chance. They will never treat your presence as optional. They will show up, not just when it's easy, not just when they need something, but consistently with intention and purpose. We often make excuses for the inconsistency of others because we fear what it would mean to confront the truth. But there's power in the realization that effort is a language of love, respect, and importance. Of love, respect, and importance. When someone shows you that you matter, they do so through action, through presence, and through persistence. Words are cheap when not backed by follow through. Promises are empty when they don't manifest in behavior. You must stop giving time and energy to people who only give you confusion in return. You deserve clarity, not chaos. If a person truly sees your value, they will not risk losing you. They won't go silent when things get uncomfortable. They won't make you question your place in their life. Instead, they will communicate. They will be honest. And most importantly, they will be consistent. This is not just about romantic relationships. This truth applies to friendships, family, business, and every connection you allow into your space. You are not here to chase people. You are not here to prove your worth to someone who refuses to see it. You are here to walk boldly in your truth and let your light attract those who are ready to match your energy. When someone truly wants you, they will make time. No one is ever too busy for what they prioritize. We all make time for what we care about, and if they repeatedly show you that you're not a priority, believe them. Don't fall into the trap of justifying their absence. Don't convince yourself that a maybe is good enough when your soul is asking for absolutely. Life is too short to spend it waiting for someone to realize what they had after it's gone. Your time is sacred, your energy is valuable, and your love is not to be taken lightly. It is not arrogance to expect effort. It is self-respect. You have every right to expect consistency, communication, and commitment. You are not asking for too much. You are asking the right person. And when the right person or people come along, you will not have to beg for their attention, their time, or their loyalty. They will give it freely, not because they have to, but because they want to. Because they see your light. Because they know your worth. Because they understand that people like you are rare. Stop settling for half-hearted affection. Stop clinging to people who only show up when it's convenient. Stop romanticizing potential while ignoring patterns. Actions always reveal what words try to hide. Pay attention to the energy you receive. Pay attention to who shows up when it matters. Pay attention to who celebrates you in your absence as much as they do in your presence. If they truly want you, you'll never have to wonder. And remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see it. You do not become less worthy because someone failed to show up. You do not need to prove anything to anyone who does not recognize the gift you are. You do not chase. You attract by becoming so rooted in your purpose, your peace, and your power that only those meant to walk with you can keep up. If someone truly wants you in their life, they won't leave you guessing. They will make a way. Oh, wait, we'll remove the excuses. They will invest. And you will never have to ask twice. Your worth is not defined by someone else's indecision. This truth must be engraved into your heart because too often we hand over our self-worth to people who are unsure, unavailable, or unwilling. When someone cannot decide whether you belong in their life, that hesitation is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their clarity or lack of it. When you know who you are and what you bring, you stop allowing the uncertainty of others to shake your confidence or dim your light. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that someone's confusion about us is our fault. We overanalyze, we doubt, we shrink ourselves to fit into spaces we were never meant to fit into in the first place. But the moment someone wavers about your presence in their life is the moment you need to stand firm in your identity. You are not here to be tolerated. You are not a backup plan, a maybe, or a second choice. You are here to be fully seen, fully chosen and fully respected. When someone truly wants you in their life, they will not hesitate. They will not dance around the decision. They will move with clarity and confidence because they recognize the rarity of your presence. The truth is, indecision is a decision. Silence speaks. Delayed action reveals priorities and hesitation. It tells you exactly where you stand. Stop giving people time to figure out if you're worth it. You are. And if they can't see that, it's their loss, not yours. The danger of attaching your worth to someone else's indecision is that it begins to erode your own. You start questioning if you're too much or not enough. You begin to walk on eggshells, thinking that maybe if you were just a little quieter, a little more patient, a little less demanding, they would finally choose you. But that's not love, that's fear. And fear-based connections are never built to last. You have to get to a place where someone's inability to make a decision about you no longer impacts how you see yourself. You must become so grounded in your self-respect that someone else's delay does not become your prison. If someone wants you in their life, they will act like it. They will not leave your heart in limbo. They will not need convincing. They will not need endless time to weigh your worth like you're an option. You are not an option. You are not an option. You are the opportunity. Some people struggle to choose because they don't yet understand how to value what is rare. They are used to the ordinary, and when something extraordinary walks into their life, they question it. That's not your fault. That's not your burden to carry. You cannot wait for someone to catch up to the truth you already know about yourself. You cannot waste time waiting on people to see the light when you were never meant to dim yours for them in the first place. The moment you start basing your value on how someone else treats you is the moment you start losing yourself. Your confidence, your identity, your peace, they are not up for negotiation. They are not conditional on someone choosing you. You have to choose yourself first. You have to walk away from indecision and into alignment. You have to learn that no response is a response, and that silence from others should not be louder than the truth you speak to yourself. People will treat you according to the standard you set. If you accept being in someone's maybe pile, they will keep you there. But when you raise the standard, when you show that you will not be held by uncertainty, you teach others how to treat you. You become unavailable to indecisive hearts and fully open to relationships that are clear, strong, and reciprocal. You are not hard to love. You are not too complex. You are not asking for too much. You are simply asking for what is right. Clarity, consistency, and commitment. And those who truly want you will offer all three without hesitation. They won't make you chase them, decode their signals, or beg for space in their world. They will honor your presence, value your energy, and walk with you in purpose. Do not beg for a seat at a table where you bring the nourishment. There is something deeply wrong when you, the one who uplifts, supports, encourages, and pours into others, feel like you have to beg just to be acknowledged. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will not make you feel like a burden. They will not ignore the value you bring or act as if your presence is easily replaceable. Your time, your energy, your love, your presence, it feeds people, inspires people, strengthens people. And if they cannot see that, the problem is not with you. It's with the lens they're looking through. Too often we find ourselves trying to fit into places that don't honor our value. We shrink to make others comfortable. We silence our voices so we don't seem too much. We overextend ourselves in hopes that someone will finally see our worth. But the painful truth is that if someone cannot recognize what you bring to the table, you are sitting at the wrong one. You don't have to prove your value to people who are unwilling to see it. You don't have to keep explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your very existence, your spirit, your strength, your insight, these things are nourishment. These things are rare. And those who truly want you in their lives will not need reminders. When you beg for a seat at a table you already feed, you betray yourself. You tell your soul that it is okay to be tolerated instead of celebrated. You tell your heart that it's normal to be undervalued. And over time, that message begins to take root. But you were not created to sit quietly where you are not seen. You were not built to pour into others endlessly while they leave your cup empty. Love, friendship, loyalty. These are not supposed to be one-sided. You are not here to convince someone to include you. You are here to walk in the full knowledge of what you bring and let your worth make the decisions for you. There will be people who benefit from your kindness but will never offer it in return. There will be people who expect your loyalty while giving you only their convenience. These are not your people. These are not your places. Because when someone truly wants you in their life, they will make space for you. Not just when it's convenient, not just when they need something, but consistently. Because they know your presence adds value. Because they respect what you offer. Because they see you, not just what you do for them, but who you are. You are not desperate. You are not needy. You are not unworthy. You are generous. You are giving. You are rare. And it's time to stop waiting for people to give you permission to know that. It's time to stop hoping that they'll finally come around. You don't have to sit in rooms where your voice is silenced. You don't have to remain in relationships where your heart is overlooked. You don't have to dim your light so others can shine. The right people won't ask you to. Every time you show up for someone, every time you offer love, insight, presence, or peace, you are feeding that connection. When you are the only one bringing nourishment to the table, you will eventually run out. You can emotionally. You cannot continue to fight for a place in someone's life while they remain indifferent. That is not love. That is emotional labor. That is self-sacrifice. And it's not sustainable. If they truly want you in their life, they will meet you with equal energy. They will contribute to the relationship. They will contribute to the relationship. They will recognize the gift that you are and treat you accordingly. You won't have to beg. You won't have to plead. You won't have to wonder where you stand. They will make it clear with their actions. They will pour into you just as you have poured into them. That is balance. That is alignment. That is alignment. That is real. So never beg for a seat at a table where you bring the nourishment. If they cannot see the value of what you offer, take your gifts elsewhere. There are people, places, and you were not created to be tolerated. You were designed to be celebrated. You were not placed on this earth to be an afterthought, a maybe, or a convenience. You were created with purpose, with value, with a light that was meant to shine, not be dimmed to make others comfortable. When someone truly wants you in their life, they won't merely tolerate your presence. They will treasure it. They will not ask you to shrink. They will not be bothered by your passion, your intensity, your depth. They will not silence your voice or clip your wings. They will see you for who you are and meet you there with gratitude, with reverence, and with joy. Tolerance is what people do with situations they're indifferent to. Celebration is what people do with what they deeply value. And there's a vast difference between the two. When someone tolerates you, they endure your presence. They make space for you, but only within the limits of their comfort. They want you close enough to benefit from you, but not close enough to be challenged or changed by you. But when someone celebrates you, they uplift you. They speak life into you. They don't just accept your light, they honor it. They make sure you never forget how special you are, how much you matter, and how irreplaceable your role in their life truly is. You are not hard to love. You are not too much. You are not asking for anything unreasonable. You are asking for the bare minimum of what it means to be seen and valued. And if someone cannot offer you that, it's not a sign that you should lower your expectations. It's a sign that you're dealing with someone incapable of meeting them. Your worth is not defined by how others treat you. It's not based on their level of appreciation. It's rooted in your identity, your purpose, and your God-given value. But doesn't change because someone refuses to acknowledge it. Too many people are settling for relationships, friendships, and environments where they are merely tolerated. They stay because they fear being alone. They stay because they hope that one day there'll be enough for someone to truly celebrate them. But you were already enough from the beginning. You don't have to earn the right to be valued. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to prove that you're worthy of love, attention, and loyalty. The right people will see that without you having to explain it. They will show you in the way they speak to you, the way they show up for you, and the way they honor your presence. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. You don't belong in rooms where your spirit is dismissed. You don't belong in relationships that feel like emotional tightropes. You don't belong in situations where your uniqueness is treated like a flaw. The world may try to tell you to tone it down, to hide your light, to be more palatable. But the truth is, you were never meant to be palatable. You were meant to be powerful, and that power is not up for debate. And the people who truly want you in their lives will never ask you to be less. They will never make you feel like a burden. They will never use your vulnerability against you. They will make space for your voice. They will celebrate your vision. They will respect your standards. They will see your scars and still stay. They will not tolerate you. They will value you, not just for what you do, but for who you are. When someone truly wants you in their life, they won't give you a seat out of obligation. They will move things around just to make room for you. They will rearrange their time, their energy, and their attention because your presence isn't just welcomed, it's wanted. So know your worth. Know what you bring. Know that being tolerated is a red flag, not a compliment. You are not here to be barely noticed. You are not here to fight for scraps of affection or attention. You are here to be embraced with open arms, open hearts, and open minds. You were not created to blend in or settle. You were created to stand out, to elevate, to inspire.